Plaintiff Mathis met the defendant through her girlfriend, and at the time she had no idea that he had an extensive criminal record. Mathis claims the defendant has been convicted of everything from grand larceny to assault, and she claims while her car was in the defendant's possession to be repaired, the car was broken into and her property was stolen, so she's suing. Defendant Leander Freeman says soon after he met Mathis, she came to his home looking like she'd been in a fight, and 2 days later, she was arrested for assaulting her girlfriend. Leander admits Mathis' car was broken into while in his possession, but he does not feel responsible for the stolen property.
All right, prove your case.
Leander and my girlfriend grew up together. They lost contact after high school. They reconnected earlier this year. Leander's record consists of grand larceny, stolen property, theft, and assault. And that's how I met Leander, through my girlfriend.
Okay, and that impressed you, or?
No.
Well, when she told you all that, I mean, why are you saying
No,
he
we
was
didn't know
arrested for
anything
assault,
about it.
grand larceny, and then you broke out with a big smile?
No, we didn't know about his criminal record until after this incident had happened.
All right.
I told Leander that I had a small problem with my computer. He said he could fix the problem. I then took my computer to Lee to fix.
Okay. Before we get to the property that you're suing him about, and that sounds like where you're about to go, let me allow him to give some background on you all's friendship or association. Sir?
First off, like she said, I met her through her friend Tanya. I've been knowing Tanya like my whole life. And right after we met, it wasn't even like a month later, she came to my house crying with a bag of clothes, stating that she had been in a fight. I let her come in. She asked, could she take a shower? I told her, go ahead. Come to find out, 2 or 3 days later, she got arrested for assault on Tanya.
Is that right?
That's correct.
The first thing out your mouth when you came in here is that he was arrested for assault. And you've done the same thing. Go ahead. What else? Tell me about, I'm sure she had a grand larceny against her as well, just like you. Or just like she alleges you. Do you have that too?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, after that, she came back to my house maybe a week or so later. She gave me a call and said that she needed some help pushing her car because her car had broke down. Okay, so I actually walked to get her vehicle maybe a half a mile from my mom's house and pushed it back to my house and put it in front of my yard.
Now you lying already.
No, sir.
You haven't pushed no car half a mile.
Yes, sir.
How long did it take you?
About 30 minutes.
Okay, I guess you could push for 30 minutes. And you were under the wheel and had it in neutral?
No, she was under the wheel and I was behind the car pushing.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, let me get to her on the stolen property.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I then phoned Lee, took him my laptop, who was also working on my car at the time too. I felt like I can trust Lee because he had worked on my car before and did a good job. So I put my items and property back into his possession. I got a phone call stating from Lee that he was working on my car earlier that day and that he had left the doors unlocked to go help a friend who was broke down on the side of the road.
He love to push cars off the road, Doc. That's your thing now. Let me get your number. Anytime I'm stuck, I can just call you. Go ahead, man. So he was out pushing another truck off the freeway.
I don't know. That's what he told me.
Okay.
But then he said when he returned back to my vehicle that my laptop and my book of CDs were stolen out the trunk of my car.
Okay. And what, did you see the car?
Yes, I seen my car.
Had the trunk been popped and damaged?
No, sir.
Okay, and there obviously is a button inside that he could push to open the trunk. You wanted to speak, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
My name is Tansha Ray Carter, and I'm Mathis' girlfriend. My whole thing of the situation is, in our neighborhood, which is, you know, a bad neighborhood, and the car was supposed to be parked in the back of his yard. Now, my thing is, somebody's gonna be woke. I don't care if it's 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody's gonna be woke. And my whole thing is, somebody's gonna see somebody breaking into a car. And
Okay.
like, why didn't he call the police then
Okay.
if somebody broke into the car?
All right, those are good questions. Sir, what do you want to tell me? Go ahead.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I just come back to what she said. As she said, which I do agree with, I was beginning to work on her car. I gave her a call, and at the time I was talking to her, another guy pulled up, the other incident where I had to leave. I did leave the hood up and the door unlocked. I left and went to help another person work. Her car was in my mom's backyard. When I left, everything was intact. When I came back, it was about 7:30. When I came in, my mom said, I shut the hood. You left the hood open. I said, yes, ma'am. So I went out back and the trunk was open. I didn't touch the car. I called 911 to make a report. 911 told me that since the car is not my own, I'm not the owner, I don't possess the car, the owner has to come and make the report. That's when I called her and she made the report. She didn't do it till like a day or so later. So if it was that important, I see she would have called the police then.
Don't you think it was your responsibility to make sure it was locked?
Yes, sir. But with the incident with her car and her key, the alarm goes off all the time. So when I worked on her car, I always left the door unlocked.
Yeah, but I'm saying
and
when you left the car, you should have left it locked. You have your bills?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Because there's really no defense to leaving your car unlocked.
I also have a copy of
when
his
you
criminal record.
are repairing it. That's somebody else's property. What do you have?
Copy of his criminal record.
Why is that relevant? Well, I guess it is. You're suggesting that he stole it and is defrauding you.
Yes.
And whether you are or not, sir, at the very least, you were negligent. You have a duty to maintain the safety of a car that is in your custody. You were negligent in leaving the car unlocked. $2,599 is your judgment. Have a good day.
Thank you. That I know what type of person Leander was, I would have never put my stuff in Leander's possession.
And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm very upset because I thought I could trust him as a friend, but now I see that I can't.
The judge didn't say I stole anything. He said it was taken. I'm not worried about it. She said I stole it. She hasn't proved anything except for she had property that was missing. That's all.